The Invisible Man. He was still standing there like a man of stone, his back hunched, his collar turned up, his dripping hat brim turned down, hiding his face and ears completely. He rarely went abroad by daylight, but at twilight he would go out muffled up invisibly, whether the weather were cold or not, and he chose the loneliest paths and those most overshadowed by trees and banks. "You don't understand," he said, "who I am or what I am. I'll show you. By heaven, I'll show you." Then he put his open palm over his face and withdrew it. The center of his face became a black cavity. "Here," he said. Then he removed his spectacles. He took off his hat and with a violent gesture tore at his whiskers and bandages. "The fact is I'm all here, head, hands, legs, and all the rest of it, but it happens I'm invisible." I did not feel then that I was lonely, that I had come out from the world into a desolate place. I appreciated my loss of sympathy, but I put it down to the general inanity of things. My mood, I say, was one of exaltation. I felt as a seeing man might do, with padded feet and noiseless clothes in a city of the blind. I experienced a wild impulse to jest, to startle people, to clap men on the back, fling people's hats astray, and generally revel in my extraordinary advantage. I tried to get into the stream of people, but they were too thick for me, and in a moment my heels were being trodden upon. I had no refuge, no appliances, no human being in the world in whom I could confide. The more I thought it over, the more I realized what a helpless absurdity an invisible man was. In a cold and dirty climate and crowded civilized city, before I made this mad experiment, I had dreamt of 1,000 advantages, but it seemed all disappointment. Ambition, what is the good of pride of place when you cannot appear there? What is the good of love of woman when her name must needs be Delilah? I have wasted strength, time, opportunities, alone. It is wonderful how little a man can do alone, to rob a little, to hurt a little, and there is the end.